Hello there, everybody. Don Evans here for WatchReport.com. And today we're going to be taking a first look at the Glycine F104 48mm pilot watch, reference number 3932. As I said, this is the 48mm case. And one of the reasons that I'm starting out with this on the wrist is because just tried recording this video and got about 10 minutes through and almost to the end, and then I knocked over the tripod. So if this video is a little bit back and forth, I apologize, because there's a couple of things why it's on my wrist that I want to point out. But real quick, we'll go over the specs. Sapphire crystal front and back. You have a caliber number GL224 Swiss automatic, which is a modified ETA 2824 automatic movement. This is the black dial variant, as obviously. There is also a cream colored version and more of like a tan colored version as well. And then I believe there is a anniversary edition also. But one of the main key factors to the look and to the style of this watch is it almost gives you that look of a pocket watch that is then attached to a lug system. And as you can see here, the lugs are quite different, not your normal standard lugs. It has this movable attachment here that attaches to the case, these bars that attach to the case, and then allow the strap to attach to that. And I'll give a better look at that in a minute and go over a couple of things. One thing I wanted to point out, now I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and this is only 9.5 millimeters thick. So it is a very, very low profile watch, even though it is a very wide watch. And then, of course, when you include the pumpkin crown here, it's probably about 52 millimeters, in width with the crown. But there is a look on my 7.5-inch wrist. Retail price on this is $1,650 USD. Let me take it off the wrist here and give a better look at the watch. Give you a close-up of the dial. This is an all high polished case, as you can see, so you will see reflection of me in the camera. So I apologize for that. Let's wipe this off here a little bit. As you can see, your chapter ring is an actual second piece. So you have a 2-piece dial. And when I show it in the light here, you could see that that F104 is embossed on the dial. So instead of being just printed, it's like embossed on the dial. So it's almost like ghosted in there, because in some light, you really can't see it. And when you turn and it catches the light, there it is. Let me move that back here a little. You could see the applied Glycine logo. And because that's the only thing that is applied on the case here, it really stands out and pops. This is a very clean dial. And then you see that applied logo, and that it just really pops out. This, in my opinion, a very beautiful dial that they've done here. It's a matte dial, but yet it really has some nice pop to it. You have a black date wheel, which is something I really appreciate, because sometimes there's nothing worse than you get a nice black dial and everything was thought out, and then because they kind of used an off-the-shelf movement and didn't do anything to modify it, and you have a white date wheel with the black lettering in it, and it just looks out of place. So it's nice to see here that everything matches. This is a non-screw down crown, as you can see, non-screw down pumpkin crown. 3 ATM water resistant, so this is of course not your going to be your beach watch. Nice logo on the crown there. As I said before, you can see the unique lug system that they are using here to attach the strap. Now these are not screws, and I'm going to imagine that these are friction pins or some kind of pins. Obviously I don't believe they would be press fit, but especially these should be spring pins, and you shouldn't have any trouble if you wanted to switch out the straps on this. Very nice black calf leather strap. You can see the genuine leather there, 22 millimeters. And you have the Glycine logo on the back here. You have a nice polished crown. Very nice, or buckle, which is, it's a very nice buckle as well. It's kind of thick, has a little bit of weight to it. A little branding on the keepers of the strap as well. Turn this over and give you a look at the GL224 Swiss automatic movement. One of the things I like that they did here with the movement and the case is, you know, normally you're going to see on an exhibition case back, you're going to see, you know, whatever metal part of the case back, you'll see the writing, you know, the water resistance, the sapphire reference numbers, limited edition number, whatever. And instead, it's on the inside of the exhibition case back here surrounding the movement. You can see the engraved rotor, caliber number GL224, 25 joules. As I said, this is a modified ETA 2824 automatic movement. So you're getting a Swiss-made timepiece and you are getting a Swiss-made movement as well. If I did not mention it already, this also comes in a 40 millimeter. So 48 millimeter is just too large for you. Then you have the 40 millimeter option. And I almost want to say I wish that there was an in-between, because I think the 40 millimeter might be great for maybe some women or some, you know, very, you know, more small-wristed guys. But for guys who wanted something, you know, guys who don't like 40 millimeters and guys who, you know, think 48 millimeters is way too large, I would have loved to have seen this in, say, like a 42 millimeter. I think that would have been a 42 and a 48 would have been a better choice of sizes. But, of course, they did not ask for my input when they were designing these. I only get to review them after the fact. And I've not seen the 40 millimeter in person, so I can't comment on exactly how it wears. It might wear a little large because of the shape of the case and, you know, the way these lugs are. Under 10 millimeters thick, but yet it does not appear that way. Because of the way the shape of the case domes out, this, you know, because it's basically a perfectly round case, it appears to be a little thicker than its listed measurements. So don't let that 10 millimeters, under 10 millimeters in thickness fool you. It does appear to be larger. It wears more like 12, 13 millimeters to me, and it feels that way, even just in the hand. When I read that it was only, you know, 9.5 millimeters, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, gee, that must be wrong. And then I took my calipers out, and I'm like, nope, okay, that was, it's dead on. This really is a beautiful watch by Glycine, though. A lot of attention to detail here. You know, this is one of those less is more watches. I mean, it's a beautiful watch. You could see that they put time into designing the dial and the case and everything. But also, it's not overly branded. It's not overly cluttered on the dial, the case. And I think they did an excellent job. So, as usual, please check out the full updated review at watchreport.com. There will be a link in the description below. Leave a like or a comment here on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed to the Watch Report YouTube channel, please do so. You'll never miss another video or review. Check out the Watch Report forum if you haven't checked it out. We launched a forum just about 3 months ago, growing a nice community there. So if you want to come over and discuss watches with us, feel free to do so. This has been Don Evans for WatchReport.com, giving you a first look at the Glycine F104, reference 3932, and we'll see you again on the next video.